So we're here at CeBIT 2012 here at Kista Science City in Stockholm.
Correct.
So you won the prize here, no? What is this prize?
This prize is we were one of 50 finalists at the Code N competition here in CeBIT 2012, and we were then second out in the top 3. So that was really good for our project.
So out of 400 people, you're in the top 3, you're number 2?
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool.
And what do you do?
We are a software company that have developed a mobile enterprise platform for mobile users like workforce.
Yeah.
And we typically work with the transportation industry. So we have a lot of in the railway industry. We also work in the air industry, which airports and air companies.
So you're using the Golden-i as a
It's a research project for the next level to take it coming into augmented reality. So we call it Augmented IQ, since our platform, obviously, it's called IPR IQ. So it made logical to name it in the same way, so people will recognize what it is. And then we are putting it together with new technology, the hardware. And we are using the platform, which is context-based, so you take into consideration everything that surrounds the user. So you only get the precise information that you would need to do your task, being a field force engineer or a medical or a rescue team, firefighter, or it could be security agents.
So what does your company do thus far? What have you been doing until now?
Until now we have been working with this platform and giving mobilizing backend data, basically, because what you do, you take the middleware and you have all the information in the backend, and then you have the mobile user, which is out in the field somewhere and need to interact with the data, giving information back and getting information dynamically. So the system takes into consideration everything that surrounds you, that could be who you are and when you are someplace, what is your task for the day, what are you supposed to do, so you can concentrate on your work, not worrying about the technology.
So is that a big database, or how does it work? Is it web-based?
That could be part of it. It could be web-based. It could be an application or a part of an application. The information that application is, if it's a work shift or ordering system, then of course it might be an application that is downloaded and running on your device. But once you're done with it, it goes away. So it doesn't overload the memory or anything. But you can work offline. That's also important. So you don't have to worry about starting all over again. It's all automatically feed to your device. Could be an iPad, can be ruggedized device or a smartphone. And the next level is, of course, this type of device. Then you're completely hands-free and you can work and get information.
So you did some visualization, what you call cartoons, to explain what kind of things is going to happen?
Yes, this is done in the research project together with our partners. So they visualized what we can do with this type of head-mounted device, because then you can at the same time as you're filming what's happening on the scene, you can feed back to systems, and you can have rescue centers giving you help or directions, sending diagrams, and really help you and make processes go fast.
So how soon do you think this is going to be huge? This year already? Can you have the software done and the hardware on the market is going to be this year, no?
I don't know exactly about the hardware when it's going to be. I know they're starting it and it will be out later this year. And a lot of companies are working on the application side and doing different projects, testing out and see how it will work. And together with our platform that provides with the context. Platform gives it a really useful and really efficient way to work, and you give you a tool that you actually could work into the future.
So, have you been showing this for a long time, or since when are you being?
This has been since a couple of months back.
Yeah.
Because the project with this one we won also the Golden-i from Motorola, that they had this project, and I think that was in November. So that's how far. But for the platform itself, that has been available for several years.
So that is actually in use?
That is in use.
Where?
We have, for example, Dutch Railways.
Where?
Dutch Railways.
Dutch Railways?
Yeah, and there are around 10,000 users.
All right.
That are mobile conductors, train drivers.
How did they use it? On which kind of hardware?
They use it in several types of hardware, like more ruggedized, bigger ones.
Like something like this?
More heavy.
Like a Motorola
Exactly.
Windows CE device like this?
Yeah, exactly. And they also use smartphones, like Android phones, and they also will be using like iPads and everything like that is coming on as well.
All right. So you have in the Netherlands, and where else is it being used? Is it in Sweden?
Yeah, we also have in Stockholm Subway. They have a similar setup with also devices, handheld devices for rostering and scheduling and timetables. And one of our newest ones is actually it's with Veolia Waters. It's also a field service. That's a press release from just last week, or this week actually, in Singapore. So they have engineers driving around replacing different water filters that are cleaning the water. Yeah. So they use also a device with a scanner. So they scan, replace and scan, and they get the exact information they need when they arrive to a specific place. It's automatically served to them, so they don't have to look for it or bring everything with them.
So how many companies are involved in that market of doing software for these solutions? Are you competing with IBM or something like that?
No, maybe not IBM. Maybe they will be partnering big system integrators or also database providers or big backend systems like SAP. Those are more companies that we work with. We have different competition, not exactly in the same area, but of course there are a lot of competition in the application side with more specific applications for, if there are some application for the transport industry, maybe we compete with them. But the thing is that we do is a platform, so we can do the whole, you don't have to do a specific solution for each sector. You can use the platform, just add applications as you go along.
So here, Doctor?
Another one, yeah.
So what is he doing there?
So it's an example of...
thanks, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, so it's a series. So you see there are the trauma somewhere, an accident. They're not sure exactly, how they should treat these patients. So they filming it at the same time. And then the doctor back in the hospital can see what it is and send an overlay of a skull so they can more precisely see how they will treat a person. So it's just an example of how we would use this.
So it's going to be huge, no?
Yeah.
How many people work in the industry in the world? Millions of people?
Millions, yes, exactly.
Yeah? And so how much do you charge? How does it work? People contact you, and how does it cost the service, the price, the software?
Yeah, so for now we have a license base, so it could be a turnkey solution that we work with. We can work with system integrators, or we could work with a hardware partner, the resellers, and it's user and capacity based. For now, we also will start with our cloud-based version, so that will come out later in this half year. So it means that smaller companies also can use the platform. They can develop application for specific users, for just a few persons. So So that's more compelling, and also we have cross-platform, so you can have iOS and Android.
And it's based on what software?
The
Backend?
platform, yeah, the backend runs on Windows and Linux.
Windows and Linux?
Yeah.
And the front end can be any...
It can be Windows-based, Android, iOS for the...
Cool. And how many people are you in the company?
24.
24?
Yeah.
And you're over there in Kista Science City?
That's correct.
Which is that a city with science? What is that?
Yes, it's actually a city, a cluster of ICT companies, naming Ericsson, for example. They are huge. They have their headquarters right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of tele operators also are situated there, and other, a lot of, also the university has a site there. So it's a cluster of the computer science, and they also mix culture and living. So it's really something that they would like to see how it will evolve more in the future, how you integrate.
How far from Stockholm?
I don't know,
One metro station?
One or couple of metro stations.
Just
it's on the way. Yeah, it's on the way from the airport into the city. So it's very, very well situated.